7 a.m. or 7:30 or what time is it? 7:30? One of us is fresh as a daisy.
The duck?
Hey everyone, welcome back to Little Z Farm. I am currently at our new place, kind of. I'll talk more about that in videos to come. But what I'm about to tell you today is how not to move a farm. Guys, can you head out this way? Can you head out this way? These are not our cows. No, no! Get a farm, they said. It'll be fun, they said. So we are settling in here in my dad's basement, currently, temporarily. The animals are all moved into makeshift areas in the barn, and the ducks are in their chicken tractor down by the pond. Everyone is just kind of getting adjusted and acquainted with the new place. But getting here was a struggle. And I was like, okay, I have this YouTube channel and I'm going to show everyone how to move a farm. And it's going to be this great series. And by the end of it, everyone is going to be, feeling confident and ready to, move their farm and have the tools that they need to succeed. Well, I did do a few things right, and I will talk about those things. But I just want to talk to you kind of about the experience that we had. And it's not because it had to be hard. It's because I didn't know what we were getting into. So learn from my mistakes and have a much smoother move than I did. When we got back from Montana, I needed to finish getting the house packed, and I hadn't really entered the barn at all. And honestly, we should have started with the barn. And I'm not talking about the stable. We kept the animal barn pretty clean, very organized. And so getting that ready to go, was last on our list, and it was, no big deal. So unfortunately, there were several things that needed to happen simultaneously. We needed to prepare the space, the basement that we were moving to, at my dad's house, to be ready for us and to be ready to take our dogs. And so we needed to get that space ready. And I also needed to get things moved to storage. We're kind of in crunch time now that we're back, and it is only a few days before the movers move all of our big stuff, and then we only have about a week to get everything else moved. And if you have a farm and you have a barn full of gear like we do, you know that it's an undertaking. And yeah, so I'm just going to give you an update and take you along on the ride over the next few days as we try to get our lives under control. All right, let's go. I've got boxes in the back here. I am headed to the storage unit, and then I'm heading over to my dad's property where we are going to be temporarily staying. I took some stuff to storage and to my dad's. I've been trying to work on the barn. It's so flippin' hot. So now I am filling the car up with stuff from the barn. Gonna go back over to my dad's and work on getting that barn office cleaned out. So when we started this move, we got a dumpster, and so I spent a lot of time getting stuff over to storage, and then Eric works during the day, and so it was up to me to get as much as I could sorted out, things moved into the dumpster that needed to be moved, and things, moved to storage that needed to, and then figuring out what needed to go to the basement. This sounded so easy in theory to me. Like, this is something that I should be good at. I'm really good at managing logistics. Rosemary, kitty kitty, what are you doing? I just found in the trash. It's Eric's plan for the duck house that we built on the back of a sheet of paper from work. The chaos of trying to move has definitely impacted, the nostalgia that I was feeling, and finding that just reminds me of everything that we've done here, which I think I will try to, before we leave, if we have time, just walk through the property, thank God for the time that we had here, and share some of our experiences that we've had with you all. Salty. Okay, get off. I could only do an hour of that. I had set out to do 2 hours. Luckily, I don't think we have 2 hours worth of trash, but I just physically cannot finish it right now. I don't know if I was in better shape. I mean, I guess I probably could, but also it's hot, and I think anyone would be hot and miserable right now. We realized very quickly that we were in over our heads, and that time was not on our side. And so the idea of finishing to pack the house, my cousin Lacey and I, we had packed 2/3 of the house when she was in town the month before, anticipating this move, but it wasn't everything, and I knew that I just was not going to be able to handle it, in addition to the barn and the stable and the garage. And so I actually made a friend of a friend who actually happens to be a homesteader as well, a few hours south of me, and she has, one of her businesses is packing and moving services. Packing and organizing services. And so she happened to write something on Facebook around the time where I was completely dissolving into a puddle of just anxious mess. And I was like, haha, do you travel? Thankfully she did. But we got her on the calendar for the day before our move and the day of our move, so that she could come help me finish packing the house and kind of manage the movers and the actual move, because the only day that we could get someone to come move us was a day that I had to be gone for a few hours for a baby shower. One of my best friend's baby showers. Long story, but could not miss it. I started dumping stuff in the trash. I started taking stuff to storage, and then I had to come over here and I had to completely empty the barn office over here. There were a couple of salvageable things in there, wood and stuff that we left in there, but a lot of it was just trash that needed to be removed. And so I had to do that because we knew we were moving the cats over here and they needed a home base, basically. So that was another hot mess. It is 4 days until we close on our property and say goodbye to our first farm. And I am currently over at the new property in one of the barns here, and I'm trying to get it cleaned out. I've already taken out so much junk, but there's quite a bit more to go. And I think I'm only gonna get to a certain point before we have to, this is where the cats are gonna have their home base, where Walter is gonna have his home base. It connects out into the main part of the barn, and but it's a space here that we can put an AC and heater. We're just gonna do a little AC unit in here for now. And once I have it cleaned out enough to do that, I'm going to do that. And we are moving the cats tomorrow morning. So whatever I get done today is what I get done today. And I know that I have other tasks to do when I get back to our old house. And so it's gonna be what it's gonna be. I just tried to turn a fan on in here, and I don't know if the electrical is working or if the fan's broken. So the TV, the horse butts, those are just in here because we didn't want them in the barn. They need to be moved indoors. But this is a pretty large space, and it was just full of junk. There's a window here, and that's where we're gonna vent the portable AC for now. And it's gonna be a really large space that is going to be home base for the cats to start. Sorry, I have bugs all over me, my body. Home base for cats to start. If you haven't watched any of our other videos, you may not know that we just kind of have a barn cat training program that we utilize to make sure that the cats are comfortable where they're at. The last thing that we want to happen is for the cats to try to go back to the old house. I'm very confident this is going to work. The cats are very attached to us. I know sometimes when people leave a farm, the barn cats stay. The barn cats are attached to us. Sassy Cat, our black cat, will stay at our neighbor Kevin's. She has been going kind of back and forth. That is her area. That's where she feels comfortable. She will likely become an indoor cat at Kevin's. That's my guess. But the other cats are coming, and so it's important to me that we do the best that we can do to make sure that they stay and feel good here. That means we'll be spending a lot of time with them in this room, feeding them, watering them, like we always do, but letting them know, like, hey, we're here too. And then I started packing up the barn, and guys, there were so many trips between the old house and this place. I was getting gas like every day, every other day at the very least, and it just seemed never ending. It was 90 to 105 degrees almost the entirety. Hey guys. Guys, can you head out this way? Can you head out this way? These are not our cows. Head on out, ladies. Head on out. Thank you. Yeah. We rented a U-Haul car hauler to get our chicken tractor over here. It was too big for our actual tractor, so we borrowed a neighbor's flatbed trailer, and my stepbrother, he helped us, you know, but it was mostly just me and Eric, Trey for one day. And, you know, we got through that, but it was all really hard. It was a lot of trips. And then it was like time to move the animals. I mean, the animals had to be moved. Good morning. 6:30. It's time to try to get the ducks loaded up. And the cats. Pray for us. Here's our extra large dog kennel. There are the ducks. Gonna get some pine shavings. This is gonna go in this truck. In theory. Are you ready to go to your new home? Yeah? No, no! Come on. Come on. Okay, here, come on. Come on. Let's go. Come on. This is the duck we separated. He seems to be doing fine now, but he's got to get to the boo box with the rest of the ducks. Come here, sweet boy. Come on. It's time to go. Did you come from far away? Were you hunting? Thanks for coming when mommy called. Okay, come on. Let's go. 7 a.m. or 7:30 or what time is it? 7:30? One of us is fresh as a daisy.
The duck?
You can, I just had to give it to him because I gave him food. Okay guys, stop panicking. We're gonna go to your new home now. You're gonna love it. Yeah, you're gonna love it. Cats are in the back of my car. Eric's got the ducks in the truck. They have no idea what's going on. Heat advisory these last 2 days, heat advisory the next 2 days. It's only 70 degrees right now, but the humidity in Missouri is blah, which means I'm gonna be working in 90-degree heat today with like 1,000,000% humidity. And yay. It's all for a good cause. I just have 3 more hard days. 3 more hard days of this, and it's all gonna be okay. Okay, we're here. Ugh, who pooped? It was Rosemary. Okay, all right, sweetie. Welcome home.
You good, everybody? Anybody?
No, we're not swimming. Tuesday? Okay, so it is 3 days until we close and say goodbye to our house here and our farm. It is currently 10 p.m. I am sitting in the driveway in my car in the dark, complete darkness. Just turned this light on to do the video. Eric is on his way back, and we are going to try to wrangle as many chickens as we can and take them to the new house. Night is the best time to do that because you've probably heard the phrase sitting ducks. Well, it's like sitting chickens at night. Like, they just shut down, they roost, they're in their safe spot, and it's going to be easier, in theory, for us to grab them. So I'll report back. I don't know if I'll actually be able to get any good video because it is so dark and we're so exhausted, but I'll do my best. Okay guys, half your friends are gone. It's okay, but we're gonna go to the new house. We're gonna go to the new coop. How's that sound? Good? Huh. It's 5 up there. If we get these, if we turn the light on, they might. Sleepy. Come on. Time to go. Good morning. This car is loud. It is 2 days before we close. I have to do math every time because I don't know what day it is. And we are moving the goats this morning and our fishing boat. We have Eric's grandpa's boat to move after this. A lot of work still yet to be done here at the house. But I am driving our old car and hoping she makes it for the 30-minute drive. Okay, we got the boat. Good job. And we got the goats. You guys ready for an adventure? You ready? Mama get you some more leaves? Mary, what did you just eat? Eric! Stop eating the seed packets, Mary. Come on, one of you can get out. How's the ride? How did you get those in there? How did she get them in there?
I could hear them. I didn't know what it was. Great. Oh boy. Houseboat.
Up and down? Here, you want me to take leash, guy? Oh, sorry. Outside. It's gonna be really strange when there's a video of me not looking like this, like with makeup on and my hair brushed and sweat not pouring out of every orifice of my body. But today is not that day. It is 2 days until we close here on our house and property. And today is the day that we are moving. And that means the puppies are moving. So first I have Buster and Tanny. We brought the cats over and we were able to catch all of them very easily, with the exception of Baby Cat. And Baby Cat gave us a run for our money. She just can't help herself. I know she likes us, but she's still, has the most feral tendencies of all the cats. And so after trying to capture her multiple days, we had to use the raccoon trap to get her overnight, and she was the last thing that left with us, that left the house with us the morning that we closed. And she's settling in just fine, but it wasn't easy. Here are the things that we did right and that I would recommend to anyone who is moving their farm. Hiring Christina with Christina to the Rescue was great. I also loved it because she has a farm herself, so she understood what she was walking into. That was a really smart thing that we did. I would say another smart thing that we did was I wrote out a plan, per day of what we should be getting accomplished each day, and then I discussed that with Eric. Did everything get accomplished each day? No. And that's why we ended up with so much the last 2 weeks. But if we wouldn't have had a plan at all, I think it would have been much, much worse, which is hard to imagine. There are a lot of things that I would do differently. I would have an A and a B plan. So if this doesn't get accomplished on this day, where does it move? How do we pivot? Almost like moving meetings every day, which Eric and I were definitely talking about the moves, but okay, game plan, here we go. This is what has to get accomplished. This didn't get accomplished today, so it has to happen at this point. And just be ready to pivot. I think I was not ready to have to pivot. And it made it a little bit scary. Donating more or throwing away more is probably what needed to happen with us. We kept a lot of stuff that is no longer serving us, that we no longer need. I think we want to live a more minimalist style of life, and the things that we packed and brought over here I don't think represent that. And I think we did it out of panic, because we did not allot ourselves enough time to think through that. And I think if we could go back, we would have started that process a lot earlier, and it wouldn't have been so painful, because there wouldn't have been all these odds and ends in the barn and big stuff in the barn we could have sold, those sorts of things. I think asking for help pointedly is probably my last bit of advice. I kind of put feelers out on Facebook or mentioned it kind of, offhandedly to some people, but I think next time I would just ask. I really thought we were past the point in our lives where we would have to ask for help moving. We did pay movers to move our furniture and things like that, but if we would have paid a moving company to do all of this, which I realize that's sometimes the only option for people, and oh boy, I hope we're in a situation where, when we move, from here into our new space, whether we're building or buying, that we can do that, but it was just going to be so astronomically high that it did not make sense. No one likes to move. Movers don't like to move. But I've not been good at asking for help, and this would have been a situation where it would have been useful. And then my last thing is just to knock stuff out as early as you can. I think I'm a little bit sad that we didn't get to enjoy any of the last couple of weeks on our property, other than that last kind of evening. Even then I was still stressed making sure we had everything gone. I'm just really grateful for the season of life that we had in this home, and it wasn't a perfect season of life. I don't think that exists, but it was an important and life-changing season, and but I wish we could have just like had dinner outside one more time, or walked to the pond leisurely, or, you know, done those things, and I'm a little sad we missed out on that. So I think it all comes down to planning and sticking to your plan and pivoting when you need to, and, you know, making sure there are others in your corner to help you. I know we have not done a tour of this property yet or talked about what our plans are currently. It has been nuts. I don't know, it's probably going to be next week before we get to that. I know we already have some tasks and chores that we need to do here, so I will definitely take you all along with us for that. But as far as a full tour, it hasn't happened yet, but it will. So stick with us. As always, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so, and I'll see you next time.